ain't been the same since my brother Nate died. And my ex cheated on me at the same time. I was heartbroken, that's why I'm so vulnerable.
What's up to our viewers? It's Coco bringing you Let's Be Real TV and delivering you the realest material to keep you in the know. Today we have a special guest from Charlotte, North Carolina, who's been touring the country and blazing the streets with his music. It's a pleasure of mine to welcome Mr. Quantrelle Cokley.
Hey,
how are you?
I'm great, man. How you doing, man?
Good.
To see you, man.
You travel a little way.
Yeah, man. Just trying to spread the movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool. I appreciate you for coming though.
Man, you know we go back, man.
Right.
Don't do that. You know we go back.
Right.
I had to do this.
My cousin and everything.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Nige,
you know what I'm saying? So as soon as my management told me it was you, man, it was like no question. I had to come show love.
Thank you. Well, introduce yourself to our viewers who don't really know you, aren't familiar with your work.
Well, I go by the name of Quantrelle. That's my real name. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. And and I just dropped this project that I'm super proud of called Nobody's Looking. Make sure you go get that. Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, all streaming site, YouTube, it's on everything. Go get that for me though.
Yeah, dope. Well, a lot of artists always have how they started off with the music career and everything. So what was the foundation that made you want to start music?
The foundation, man, that made me want to start making music was honestly looking at Romeo and Bow Wow. Do that thing, you know what I'm saying? You know you remember Romeo and Bow Wow was killing the game when we was young, you know what I'm saying? So I saw them, they was young and getting it, and then I felt like, man, if they young and getting it, I can do it too. So from then it just, I started writing little rhymes. And also church too. My mom raised me in the church as well, so just, making me be in the choir and stuff like that. So that was the foundation, for me wanting to do music.
Right.
Yeah.
So how old were you that you wrote your first song or your first rhyme?
How old was I? I probably was like 8 or 9 when I wrote my first rap.
Do you remember what it was?
I do not remember what it was, but I remember I was babysat by these 3 girls that went to our church, and like when I would write a rhyme, I would always try to rap to them. But one of them was kind of cute, you know what I'm saying? So I really was trying to, you know what I mean? But nah. But yeah, I used to rap to them, and they would, they would tell me it was whack, you know what I'm saying? But
were you whack at the time?
You know what I'm saying? I probably was, but you know what I mean? Like, it set that foundation, you know what I'm saying? So it was all good.
Okay.
It was all good.
Well, I know you looked at Romeo and Bow Wow, so with your music now, who do you feel like influenced your style of music? Like, who do you feel like you really vibe with well?
I mean, I feel like, really, to be honest with you, man, what influences my music now is God. You know what I mean? And that's like, that could be prayer for somebody, that could be meditation, that could be yoga for somebody, but being spiritually connected to a higher power, that's what inspires me for my music now, spiritually. But musically, it's so tough because I really use all of my inspirations. Like I use it's the power of God, you know what I mean? So for me, it's prayer, but I know for other people, it's meditation, it's yoga, but whatever it is that connects you to the divine, that's what influences and motivates me and drives me as far as music goes. But musically it's hard because it's like I literally use all my inspirations, you know what I'm saying? So I use the foundation of me being raised in the church and, but also Lil Wayne was like the mecca of hip hop for me. And you remember when he was killing the game, you know what I'm saying? Killing everything, making every song.
No ceilings.
That he was, no ceilings, you know what I'm saying? Drought 3. You know what I'm saying? So Wayne was like the guy that motivated me in middle school to just like, yo, I gotta have bars, because this guy's like crazy, you know. But the creative lineage, it goes all the way up to Jay-Z, it goes all the way up to B.I.G. Now I consider myself a student of the game, so I'm always learning. You know what I'm saying? Because it's impossible to know every single, hip hop album that was out. You know what I mean? So I'm still learning. So I'm still being inspired by the people that came before me.
Okay. Do you feel like you're the best out of Charlotte?
Yo, she trying to start some drama.
Let's be real.
She on her Charlamagne right now.
Be
She's starting the drama right now. You know, man, for me to say that I don't feel like I'm the best, I will be lying. You know what I mean? But, that's not my focus. That's not what drives me. You know what I'm saying? I drive to be the greatest version of me. And, once my career is done and, and the people decide, I was the greatest to do it, then that's what it was. But, as long as I focus on being in my higher self and being my better self, then, my inner peace is there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Being humble is like one of the most important things to being successful.
Nah, for sure.
Humbleness,
for sure. I get that a lot. That like people recognize my humility, but honestly, it's such a intrinsic thing for me because it's just how I was raised. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know no other way to be.
Right. Okay, well, I know you've been doing this for a long time. So, what do you feel like? What's your favorite song that you? My
favorite song I've ever made. I really love every single song I've ever made. So it's hard to say what's my favorite. The one that resonates with me the most right now is on my project Nobody's Looking. Is Godspeed, and I think that's because it's the song that it's like. Literally, I feel like it's everything that people need to hear. You know what I mean? Not necessarily what I don't think the beat is hard, but I don't think that's the driving force of the song. I think it's the lyrics and the tenacity and the lyrics of what I'm saying. I think that's what really connects with people. So,
right.
I would say Godspeed. Then Godspeed is like, that's my joint right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Everybody check out Godspeed.
You know what I'm saying? You need to listen to the album.
Oh, I will.
What?
I will.
For sure.
I'm going to listen to it all tonight and I'll let you know.
Then you can tell me what's your favorite. You know what I mean? But it's been dope because I literally every single song on there, I've had somebody say there's a favorite. Even the intro from the interlude, this needs to be a full song. So it's been really dope that people have been able to really connect with the music.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, connection.
Oh yeah, of course. If you're not connected, then nobody buying your songs, bro.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right. No change in the world.
Yeah.
That's what we all need.
For real though.
Right.
For real.
So what do you feel like has been a big challenge that you faced, and how do you feel like you've overcome it?
The biggest challenge I face. The biggest challenge I face. It's a good question. I think it's not really a challenge, but I think it's just a reminder to myself to just stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that's what allowed me to be able to connect with my audience. So it's just it's like a mantra. I just got to keep telling myself, stay true to yourself because, other records come out, that like a dope club record, and you just being the natural competitors that we are as human beings, you want your record to be played in the club. You want your record to be played here, you know what I'm saying? And, you have to realize that there's a place in hip hop for everything. So, there's a place in hip hop for trap rap. There's a place for, people call backpack rap, you know what I'm saying? And there's a medium, you know what I mean? So it's just giving myself that daily mantra that stay true to yourself, in your everyday life, but as well as your music.
That's deep.
Because I feel like that's something I think a lot of people struggle with, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't realize that there's people that live by everything a rapper says, you know what I'm saying? And if you're conveying the wrong message and somebody's living by it, or if you're conveying a message that you're not really living, then for example, I think the push of lean and coke and music has to stop. That has to end because it's we know that's not the way to go. But if somebody's listening to that, that's like a mantra. They're hearing it over and over again. So, eventually that's gonna be who they are. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you're not, especially, it needs to stop already. But if you're not living that life, it has to stop because you're killing our people and then you're exploiting them just for your own personal gain. So I'm a big advocate for just pushing positivity and good vibrations.
Right. I feel like as an artist, I know making music, you have to make music for every target market, you know, your target market and your audience, who you want to give your music to. But I also feel like, you know, it's young kids that also listen to our music.
Oh, of course.
So
of course.
I guess a positive message is just good to just embed that in their minds so they can live towards that. Because if you're talking about drugs, what you think they're going to grow up and do?
Yeah, you know, and it's like, it's become such a normal thing now, and it's not normal. We shouldn't be telling our kids to do that. You know what I'm saying? It should not be a normality, but for some reason in society that's what it is. That is like, you know, in order for you to make a dope record, you got to talk about, you know, money, sex, and drugs. But when did that become the case? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, you know, you're right on what you're saying.
Yeah. What skills or personal attributes do you feel like is important for someone to be successful in music?
I think you gotta develop this like undying confidence in yourself. And this is aside from being true to yourself, but I think you just gotta have this confidence in yourself that, you know, like I had a good friend always told me that it's like a fine line. You gotta find that fine line of being humble, but also knowing that like can't nobody do this like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's that line I'm talking about. You gotta have that undying confidence in yourself. And you know, a lot of people aren't born with that. Like I don't think I was born with that. I think that's just something I just developed, and I learned that like when you're fearful of something, if you do that over and over again, eventually it's you know what I'm saying, it'll go away.
Right.
You know, like for starts, like my first time ever performing, I was terrified. Like I knew I could make music in the crib and be in my own, like my little corner over here, but it's like performing, that's a whole nother thing, you know. And so, you know, the first time I did it, I was super nervous. And then, you know, the second time I wasn't as nervous. And the more I did it, it was just, you know, if it's something you really want to do and it's something that, you know, something that required of you that you're going to have to do in order to fulfill your passion, you know, doing it over and over and over again, you know, that'll definitely fix the problem for you. But yeah, just having this, you know, developing that confidence in yourself, because my mom always told me nobody's gonna believe in you more than you. So yeah, so I would give that.
Yes, mom.
Yeah, for real.
Always listen to mom.
Nah, I mean, my mom, she gives me a lot of inspiration. Like a lot of things she tells me or that she instilled in me is a lot of what I speak about in my music. So, you know, she speaks to me through my music for sure.
All right. Do you feel like you do your music for your mom? Like, who do you do your music for?
You know, it's so funny that you say that. This is the first project. Nobody's looking. This is the first project that I made that my mom listens to and knows like all the words. So I didn't start off saying like, yo, I'm gonna make this for my mom, but it ended up being that. You know, it's, you know, and I think even for her, this goes back to being true to myself. I think it's because she knows that I'm literally being myself. Like I have a line in there and I say, how did I say it? I said, my mom, I love her because her heart the purest. She hate that I be driving with no car insurance. And like, you know, and that's real, because I literally be driving with no car insurance. You know what I'm saying? I do that for real, you know what I'm saying? I did, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? I think that's why she's able to enjoy the music, is because she knows that everything I'm speaking is facts, it's true, it's just what I'm living. And it helps that it's not a bunch of cussing on there anyway. Right. You know, there's no cussing at all on the album.
That's good.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? But really, that started off as something when I was in the group Open Minds. I remember we had
of course.
We had this song called Water.
Oh, I love a good.
You smell like what? Water. That song was so like, it was so like vulgar, and it was like, you know, my family is so supportive, so like. You know, they want to support the music, but it's hard, like, you know, playing that for your grandma. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you can't play that, you know? So I really just challenged myself, and I said, yo, let me try to make a project, not really pushing that. You know, I'm not cussing, but just like, let me just do it just so it's something that, like, my mom is okay with like my siblings listening to it, and you know I could play for my family, and I'd be like, yo, I got to turn it down around 136. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's been really dope, and it's like my siblings know my words verbatim, so you know it's been super dope.
Okay.
Super tight. Yeah.
Wow, that's deep. You're a deep person.
Yeah. I just try to live my truth, man. You know, I got good people around me, like Richie Rich over there, and Tay, and you know, I attract, I've attracted good people like that that keep my head on tight. So.
Right. Oh, it's always important to always surround yourself by people who want the best for you.
Oh, of course.
Because that matters.
Oh man, what?
Extremely.
You know, and it gets lonely sometimes because you realize don't nobody really care.
Right.
Nobody
You're
cares.
all by yourself. You only have your drive.
Yeah.
But it's good that you have people that want to see you succeed, that want to be in the process to help you succeed and be there for you. Because sometimes you're gonna be lonely, but it's good to have, even if it's like one or two people. It's always good to have those people there.
For real, you're right. You're right. And then the other hard part is knowing the people that are around, are they genuine or not?
Right.
Because we're at the age now, it's like, you know, when we were young, it was like y'all were just hanging out just because. Like, oh, yo, you like Wayne, I like Wayne, we friends. You know what I'm saying? You like going to the movie, I like going to the movies, we friends. You know, so now it's like people that are around, you gotta figure out, yo, are they genuine or do they want something? And that's you know, backtracking, that's one of the issues I deal with. It's just, you know, it's just life. And I think that's something everybody deals with. It's just knowing, are they really genuine, or do you want something that I have? Or do you just see me just, you know, ascending and you just want to try to catch the wave? Or, you know, where were you when I was down? You know? Because there was a point after the whole group situation, after that, just, you know, went away, man, I was down. I was like, you know, I went into a place where I was depressed. I got cheated on. It was just like, so much happened, you know, and like, I could tell you, these two for sure was there for me the whole time. You know, like, how you doing? You know, are you okay, bro? Like, come get something to eat, or like, you know, like just coaching me throughout the way. So, you know, what's that Big Sean line, Rich? Stop having people at your shows. I wasn't at rehearsal. Yeah, you know what I mean? So they've been with me, you know, along the way. So finding people that have that genuinity is you know, that's essential.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Richard and
shout out to Richie. Shout out to Tay. Shout out to Tay, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Uncle Jet. Shout out to Shot. Shout out to Sinjin. Those are my Shots by Jones. Those are
Your John.
Huh?
Your John.
No. Shots by Jones. This is one of my you know, I said shots, but she gonna get me in trouble. Tell me some shots. Shots of my Jones. I did not say that. She said that.
Oh
you crazy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
Man.
Applause to them. You guys are great.
That's my brothers, man. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all probably never seen that always behind the camera, but you know, applaud to those guys. You know?
Yeah. So, like, in the future, like, what artists do you feel like you want to work with? Like, if you could pick any artist right now, who would you want to work with?
I don't want to work with nobody. No, I'm just kidding. Who would I want to work with? I really like, have you ever heard of Kehlani?
Of course.
I would love to work with Kehlani. She's amazing.
Okay.
I would love to work with Chance. I would love to work with Chance.
Oh, yeah, Chance the Rapper.
I love to work with Russ. You know Russ? You ever heard of rapper Russ? Nah.
I know. I don't even want to feel crazy saying Russ Simmons.
Russ Simmons. Yo. Oh no. Nah, but you know those three are people that's on the come up, like of the new wave.
Okay.
Just, you know, they have their own like cult followings. But of course, I would love to work with the greats like Pharrell. That's like number one on my list. Kanye West, Wayne. I mean, the list would go on. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But you know, honestly, man, I'm just excited to see my progression. You know what I'm saying, as an artist. So, you know, it'll come for sure.
Oh, it'll come. Sure. I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe you'll be
believe.
able.
You believe.
I believe. I strongly believe.
That's all you need. All you need is people to believe, and we good.
Believe. It will happen.
I need that. I need that. The prayers, all that, for sure.
Right.
For sure. They be going your way too, man, for sure. You know what I'm saying? This is Coco now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, we came a long way.
Nah, for sure, man. I see a lot of growth in you, man. So
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Thank
you. Know
you.
what I'm saying?
You know, a lot of people don't have faith in, Exit 4.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? That's where we come
Nations
from, man. So we rep that forever, even if Exit 4 don't appreciate it, all the way, you know what I'm saying? But it's folds up, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Full good team though.
That's Jasmine, right?
Yeah.
Shout to Jasmine though.
Shout out to Jasmine.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? She in the building.
She's funny. So, like, what advice do you feel like you want to give anybody who wants to pursue music, a career in music?
Oh man, it's so much. Aside from being true to yourself and believing in yourself and having that undying confidence, I think just knowing that, like, knowing what like lane that you want to be in, because there's so much that you can do. You know what I'm saying? You can literally just be a writer. You can just be a producer. You can do all three. With being an artist is like you gotta have a passion for three things. You gotta have a passion for writing the music. You gotta have a passion for recording the music, and you have to have a passion for performing the music. So it's not just one thing. You know what I'm saying? And you have to develop a passion for interviews, because I used to hate interviews.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did, because I'm a more of a person that loves to like make the product instead of like necessarily like selling the product. You know what I'm saying? But you got to develop a passion for interviews. You know what I'm saying? And especially on the come up, you got to have a passion for networking. So it's like one dream, but there's like so many passions that have to come with it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a passion for them, you're gonna have to learn, because you're gonna need it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're paying somebody to do it. But I'm always a person that loves to be like intimate and meet people on my own. So I had to develop those passions myself. So I would instill that in anyone else who want to be an artist, especially on the come up.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. We gotta make it out here.
We got to make it out here.
5 years from now, we're gonna be.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be like,
we're gonna look back and be like, yo, remember who was on the Coco
right.
show? At Winston-Salem?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully
now you like past Oprah now. You know what I'm saying? Like you're that new person that we're looking for.
Yes.
You know, so you gotta put that into the universe. Let it manifest. You know what I'm saying? That's all about manifestation.
Put that in the air, cause listen.
Coco will be bigger than Oprah. I'm letting you know. I'm telling you this right now. Coco will be bigger than Oprah. Nah, show, man, I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Just thank you for having me. Like I said, man, Rich told me it was you, and I was just like, yo, we got to do it. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop everything. Coco needs us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you know
thank
what I mean?
you. Thank you so much.
For sure.
Thank you. Well, give the viewers your Snap, IG, Twitter, where they can follow you and keep up with you.
Word. Well, because of management, it's so horrible. Everything is all over the place. So everything has a different name, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just playing. But you can go to my website at Quantrelle Cokley. That's QUANTRELLECOKLEY.com, and there you can find my Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, all that for sure.
And again, tell them your mixtape on Spotify so they can go.
My mixtape, my project that I'm super, super excited for you guys to listen to is called Nobody's Looking. It's on iTunes. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. It's on Pandora. It's on whatever you got. It's on there. Google Play. It's on there. Go run them numbers up. We need them streams.
Right. Go do it, please, Winston. Viewers out there, world, everybody,
we need
please
that. We need
support
that.
him.
We need that.
They
Tay said we need them streams. So,
right.
You know what I mean?
Well, everyone, follow him on all his social media, and thank you so much for coming out and rocking with me today. It's so dope to see artists changing lives.
Oh, man. You changing my life. So,
thank you. Thank you. Listen, as long as we're making an impact.
Yo, man, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're here to do. We're here to spread love and inspire each other. So if we're doing that, then we're in our purpose. So you on your purpose right now.
Right.
You know
Thank you.
You know
Thank you. Well, to all our viewers out there, thank you so much for watching and tuning in to another show for Let's Be Real and Peace and Love.
Peace and love.
4 gang.
Hey.
Man, you never know what somebody be going through. Say you regret it, girl, that's just one of your favorite lies. Girl, you know that you ain't right, like you plagiarized. How could